Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. We taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go.
Hey, it's the Empire, Boxing Empire, back to our boxing. Now, man, crazy news, man, crazy news. Now, Anthony Joshua, man, is set to defend his titles, and the WBL title is, the mandatory for that title is Oleksandr Usyk, man. Now, it's wild, man. It's very wild because Anthony Joshua is talking about building his resume off this guy and Oleksandr Usyk. Not only that, man, he basically lays out how he's going to beat Oleksandr Usyk. Like, he just tells him, like, hey, this is how I'm going to beat you, man. This is how I'm going to beat you. Now, I'm going to get into some quotes, man. Now, this is AJ's scenario, and I'm going to read from you a quote. Yeah, Anthony Joshua says, Joshua looks forward to the scenario of facing Oleksandr Usyk in the ring. And this is a quote. A very credible opponent when I'm trying to build my record. I want opponents like Usyk to say that I defeated them. He uses his feet very well and positions his hands well. You can't hit him because he moves his feet so well. If you manage to catch him, the punches are brushing off the gloves, Joshua told Sky Sports. What I do is, I have done already. I study him from his footwork, his hand positioning, his openings, and then I go to former people who have faced him and find out the information on how to defeat him. So there you guys go, man. There's more like more quotes and everything, but he basically gives out the layout how to beat Oleksandr Usyk. He basically says, hey man, this guy moves well, but I'll catch him in between his movement. And I've seen a couple of Oleksandr Usyk's fights. Now, his last fight was a Witherspoon fight when he first fought at heavyweight, and he didn't look that great that fight, man. Witherspoon had like not that long to prepare. I believe it was less than a month, maybe it was a month, but this guy just came out of nowhere, and he actually didn't look great, but he did a couple things that was great against Oleksandr Usyk, which was shocking. He countered him a couple times, and he landed a few shots against a guy who clearly wasn't in shape and wasn't ready to fight. So Anthony Joshua, man, he's gonna make it nice and easy and just deconstruct Oleksandr Usyk, man. I never seen a guy get cocky like that and just give the game plan out. He's just giving the game plan out, and he's even saying like, yeah, I want this guy on my resume. Like it's not gonna be that easy, When Anthony Joshua fought Andy Ruiz, he was very cautious in what he was going to say his game plan was, because he knew Andy Ruiz is a threat. He knew he was a threat, and he couldn't afford to tell him how he's going to fight. So that being said, man, it's crazy that Anthony Joshua was so confident in his ability that he's like, yeah, man, this guy's, he looks good on my resume. He looks good. But Anthony Joshua knows, he's a real heavyweight. He's always been heavyweight his whole career. And he's going to, in his opinion, in his scenario, in his mind, he's going to dominate Oleksandr Usyk. Now, a lot of people think Oleksandr Usyk is a phenomenal fighter, a extremely skilled fighter, but is he big enough to hang with the big boys, Outboxing someone, how good is that going to really work when you got a big guy who's bigger and stronger than you, when you got hits harder? In my opinion, you got Oleksandr Usyk, who's a great boxer, but when it comes down to it, so is Anthony Joshua as well. And it's going to come down to the clean, effective punching. With Anthony Joshua, he doesn't throw like he's just going to land, really. There's no grazing punches with Anthony Joshua. Most of the time he hits you, he hurts you. So this is going to be, a really exciting fight for both fighters. I've seen Oleksandr Usyk do, it's just weird. His style is so, you can't put your finger on it. Sometimes he's aggressive, and sometimes he's boxing. Sometimes he's doing like little herky-jerky stuff. It's really weird stuff, man. So the guy is like a chameleon to me. I can't really put my finger in Oleksandr Usyk, but I think this is going to be a good fight, man. I'm just shocked that Anthony Joshua basically just laid the game plan out and basically said, hey, man, this is how I'm going to beat you. So crazy stuff, man. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though. I think it's a really big deal. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Boxing Empire. Peace.